Welcome, welcome! It's Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And today I thought we would go back to the webpage and to a new little competition that they are doing. It's not really new. They had the competition last year, but it's new for this year. So we are talking about the Ship Showdown, and they have a cool little logo for the Ship Showdown. I think it's pretty cool. Got a Hornet versus a Cuddy. So the way this works is the community supposedly chooses the top 16 ships, and then they go into a tournament, single elimination, 1v1, winner take all bracket type formation, tournament. And the top 4 ships last year were given special best in show skins at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo 2949. What will they get this year? Will it be another skin? What are we going to see the top ships get in November? We'll have to wait and see on that one. So let's get into the Ship Showdown and how it works. So in Phase 1, which just ended yesterday, you got to support your favorite ships by submitting original creations on the Community Hub or Twitter using the hashtag SC Ship Showdown. That's Star Citizen Ship Showdown. So there was a lot of very interesting and cool submissions. Even saw a really cool Top Gun 2 trailer type video for the Saber. I thought that was great. We've seen the Top Gun 1 trailer for other ships and for the game itself, but this was a Top Gun 2 trailer and it was done really well. Like I said, it was just very good. There was quite a few other really good ones. There were some handmade models. There was some food or cakes. There was just all sorts of different things. Legos. I mean, you could think of it. People were probably doing it. And they have finally got it down to 16, which the live showdown will begin tomorrow. And I believe that starts at 9 a.m. Pacific. So if you're in Texas time, that's 7 o'clock. That's 11 o'clock in the morning. But let's continue a little bit more with how all this works. As you can see, these are some of the submissions people have put in. You could do stuff on Twitter, which they've shut down. These, you can't see them because the first stage is over. And I would have brought you the first stage earlier, but I was probably with my grandmother when it was first announced, so didn't really get an opportunity to do that. And of course, they have the archives that you can look back at last year's tournament and see how the ships progressed, and the Caterpillar ended up being the top one. Which is your favorite ship? Which one do you want to win? And is it in the top 16? I can tell you some of my favorites aren't in the top 16. And we will go and address each of the top 16 themselves. So you can see here the Ship Showdown top 16 and free fly announced. You're going to get to fly these ships for 2 weeks. So it's time for your favorite 16 ships to face off in an epic clash of the Titans. And this year, Phase 2 is going to have some pretty good ones and some pretty bad ones, if you ask me. Some no-brainers to get through unless there are some trolls that get some ships pushed through. So again, it's going to be a 2-week fly event, which also starts, I believe, tomorrow. And you'll be able to fly any of the ships on this list, which, again, we'll go through the list here in a second. And you will also be able to purchase these ships in the store, the Pledge Store. Now, don't expect this to have special holiday-type insurance on there. I would imagine these are going to be available as 6-month insurance. And they did say that the limited ships, 890 jump, will not be available after they get eliminated from the competition. So if you want that ship to be available all the way throughout the competition, you're going to have to keep voting it through. Simple, right? And then they say they have other surprises coming during this tournament, it sounds like. Ranging from discounted starter packs, that's always good, right? Referral bonuses that you can get a free P-52 Merlin, ooh boy. And also, of course, the top 16 here. As you can see, more submissions over here. So let's go through the top 16. As you can see already on the screen, you've got the Aegis Avenger Titan. For all the Penguin fans out there, the Space Penguins, that is the ship to beat. And I think my org as a whole, that's probably going to be the underdog that everybody wants to vote through. We'll have to see what it goes up against. But we have a large community in the Texas Space Navy that love their space penguins. And yeah, it's a thing. They call themselves the Bird Boys. That's the thing. So the next one is the Aegis Eclipse. This is the stealth bomber from Aegis. It's more or less a carrier-based type bomber. It's not a long-range bomber like the Retaliator is. It's a very cool-looking ship. It definitely looks stealthy, and it can carry 3 size 9 torpedoes. So it's devastating to anybody that it can encounter as long as it keeps its distance and it's not seen. Because you don't want a dogfight in it. It's just not good at a dogfight. But if you can hit with those torpedoes, they will take out any small ship for sure, and most medium ships, and even some large ships. Those size 9s are pretty devastating. Cool ship all around, but I just don't see it winning this whole tournament. Aegis Gladius, always a very good ship. This one I can see being a front runner. It can definitely be one of the favorites going into this tournament. I think it's going to go far, and I wouldn't be surprised if it finishes in the top 4. This is just a very nimble ship. It's got a good loadout. It's fun. It's a fun ship. It looks cool, and yeah, I think it's gonna do wonders in this competition. You know, it'll be interesting what happens if it goes against the Avenger. They're very similar in loadouts. The Avenger has a size 4 cannon it can have, but it's not as nimble as the Gladius. So yeah, that could be very interesting. Aegis Hammerhead. We saw this one make it, I believe it was 4th last year. It was in the top 4, and it was, you know, it performed pretty well. But I don't think it's going to make it this year. I just don't think enough people want to see this thing in the top 4. I could be wrong. It's a cool ship, but you know, it's probably lost a little bit of that luster. Last year, it was a little newer. People were able to actually get in the turrets and play with it. So that was probably made it carry a little bit further along. The Aegis Reclaimer, that also finished in the top 4 last year. I don't think it's going to make it this year, though. I mean, come on, it's got a big claw on it. It's pretty cool, and it's massive. It's a massive, massive ship. It's very cool, and it's got a kitchen or a dining area that reminds me of the first Alien movie. So it's got that going for it. Yeah. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing it in the top 4, but I just don't think it's going to garner the votes to do that with some of the competition. The Anvil Carrack. This one, to me, is also going to be one of the front runners. We got the Carrack back in, well, you know, this last year and over the last year, and it's been an incredibly popular ship. It's so versatile. It's probably the most popular ship in the game right now for people who have them, because they use them all the time. For big ships, this is the one I see going out more than anything. You don't see a lot of 890 jumps going out. You don't see a lot of the Reclaimers going out. Hammerheads are kind of rare. I mean, my org takes them out fairly frequently, but it's kind of an anomaly. I don't see too many other people flying Hammerheads. So as far as big ships, the Carrack seems to be the most popular one to me, and I think this one is one of the front runners along with that Gladius. The Anvil Valkyrie. I do have a few people in my org that really want to see this one in the top 4. I don't think it's going to make it. I think it's going to get knocked out in the quarterfinals. We'll have to wait and see on that. I love the Valkyrie. The Valkyrie also reminds me of another ship from Aliens. The dropship in the second movie, when it flies down into the planet's atmosphere. You know, we got one Marine that's just completely asleep, and there's all sorts of turbulence and stuff. And when they land, they get in the rover, or they're already in the rover. They take off from the rover and assault the buildings to find out if there's any colonists. Anyways, Valkyrie, very cool ship. I like a lot about it, and I'm looking forward to seeing how well this does in the tournament. Banu Defender. This is, I think, a new ship to the Ship Showdown. I don't think it was in last year's. I can't remember, though. The Banu Defender is a cool ship. It really is. Will it get in the top 4? I don't think so. But again, this one may reach the quarterfinals. I think it'll get past the first round. It just depends on what it's going up against. I mean, if it's going against the Caterpillar, it probably won't. The Caterpillar is the reigning champ, and there's a reason for it. It's a great ship. The Banu Defender is a light fighter for the Banu, although originally I believe it was supposed to be a medium fighter. And there's talk that it will have a way to dock with the Banu Merchantman. I really hope they bring that feature to it, but as far as I know, they're reconcepting the Banu Merchantman for all sorts of reasons. I'm scared to death when they talk about doing that because I think it's going to get smaller and not bigger. And I would love to see the Banu Merchantman be a huge ship. We'll have to find out what the artists do in the reconcepting of that ship. But for now, we have the Banu Defender, and like I said, it's a really cool ship. It has a real cool sound. Even the Quantum is cool. There's not a lot I don't like about the Banu Defender, though it's not super strong in a fight like it was when it first released. So there is that. Then you have the Drake Caterpillar the King, the one that won the championship last year. It finished on top. It was the most popular ship, and deservedly so. This is the ship that can carry the most cargo. It definitely has some mystique about it because you can get rich faster with a Caterpillar. If you can fill it up, you're going to get more money. But with that said, the Carrack is just a little bit behind it in cargo capacity. And it's not even designed for that purpose. It's an exploration ship. So I do expect that the Carrack could pull off the upset over a Caterpillar in a one-on-one matchup. That's just what I think. Now, I love the Caterpillar. It's a great ship. I don't want to see it being champion again, but I wouldn't be surprised if it made its way into the top 4. It really depends on what it's going up against. You know, that has everything to do with which one of these ships is going to win, is what it's going up against. So we'll have to see what the pairings bring. Are they going to be totally random? I mean, how are they going to choose these pairings? And, how's it going to turn out? So the next one is the Drake Cutlass Black. It too was in the top 4 last year. Fantastic, versatile ship. It can carry cargo, it can fight, it can carry Marines. It's got side airlock doors, or not really airlock doors, but side doors. It's got the rear ramp. It's just super versatile. It's a fun little ship. Probably one of my favorite ships in the game as far as versatility. It can do a little bit of everything, and it does it decently. So I really like the Cutlass Black. I've been a big fan of Drake this year. I wasn't in previous years really, but Drake has really grown on me, and this Cutlass series has really, I guess you could say, lived up to the original hype. You know, they had to make the Buccaneer because the Cutlass wasn't what it was supposed to be, and they redid the Cutlass, and now this is definitely a top-notch ship. It's great. Really love the Cutlass. And it might make it back in the top 4. You may be a quarterfinalist. We'll have to wait and see again on how everybody votes for it. The Asperia Prowler. To me, this is going to be also an underdog ship like the Avenger Titan. We could see this one sneaking in to the top 4. Why you would want to put the Best in Show skin on your Prowler, I don't know, because that all black look looks really good on it. I definitely wouldn't want to do that, but I could see this thing quarterfinalist and semifinalist possibly. I could definitely see that. It's a nice ship, it has good firepower, it's stealthy, and it's designed to drop off the troops. It's got a really cool interior. This is definitely a cool ship and worthy of being the first Tavaran ship in the game. It's awesome. Then we have the Misk Prospector. This is a fantastic little starting miner. People have made fortunes in Star Citizen so far off of using this little ship. Will it win? No. I don't think this ship's going to win. I would be surprised if it got out of the round of 16. Again, it all depends on what it goes up against. If it's going against the Reliant Corps, or the Prospector will probably win. But I don't see this thing escaping the first round unless it's got a very favorable draw. The Misk Razor. A really cool looking racer. But it's a racer. That's it. It's not real strong in a fight. It's quick, and it's got some decent maneuverability. It looks cool, but is it going to make it into the next round? I think this one's going to be on the chopping block early. The Reliant Core. I sure as hope the Core is on the chopping block early. I hope it loses out in the round of 16. I know. There's probably some Reliant fans. I'm a fan of the Reliant Tana. I think the Tana is a really cool ship. It has good firepower. It's a strong ship. The Core, it's weak in every category. I mean, for a starter ship, it's not even one of my favorites. So, yeah, I hope this one doesn't make it through the round of 16. You guys are going to be voting. Show me otherwise, or, vote it out. The Origin 890 Jump. The biggest ship in the field. How will it fare? I think it has a decent shot at being top 4. Why not? It's a big old yacht. It's beautiful inside. It's beautiful outside. It's got a hangar for ships. It's got a bay for rovers. It's got it all. It's got a bar. Yeah, no other ship in this. Well, I guess you could say the Carrack kind of has a bar. Kind of. Maybe the Reclaimer and Hammerhead if you invade the captain's quarters. No, the 890 Jump has a full-fledged bar for a party, man. It's got a boardroom. It's got a secondary bridge, like a battle bridge. The thing has it all. It's a beautiful ship. I do hope this thing does make it in the top 4, though I'm not sure I want to put an ugly best of show skin on it unless they really do something interesting with the best in show skins. So we'll see. Maybe if they made it gold or black or something, that would be cool for that ship. The RSI Constellation Andromeda, the last ship in the field. This was a very big surprise to my org mates. Not many people fly the Constellation. It's kind of underwhelming now. It's not maneuverable. It has decent firepower for sure, but it's broken. The inside layout is it's not great, but it has room for cargo or for a rover, which is fantastic. Like I said, it's got decent firepower. It's got a couple of turrets. It's got a lot of missiles. Potentially, this could be a great ship. But unfortunately, it falls a little flat, and I would really doubt that this one's going to make it out of the first round. So guys, again, all the voting begins 9 a.m. Pacific. That's going to be 11 a.m. Texas time, Central, and it's going to be 12 p.m. Eastern. So definitely get over and vote for your favorite ships. They'll have one ship a day competition, or is it one a week? I don't know. It's going to be one ship. Let's see. Let's go back here through the 23rd. It'll be one a day. Yeah. So one a day, one competition a day. I don't know who's going to be versus who. We won't know until the day of the competition between the two ships. So definitely get out there, vote for your favorite, vote your favorites through, and let's see who ends up winning this thing. I'm secretly hoping that the Aegis Avenger Titan's in the top 4. I believe the Gladius will be, the Carrack will be. I kind of hope that the 890 Jump will be the last on the 4, but I think the Prowler may squeak its way in there. Again, something we'll have to wait and see. And of course, you can't count out the Caterpillar or the Cutlass Black. Both of those are very strong competitors. I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that little bell icon to let you know when I do more of these. Thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to all my YouTube members, all my Patreon members. You guys are awesome. Thank you to everybody who watches the ads all the way through and clicks on them to help this page out. You guys rock. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below who you're rooting for. Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy, and I'll see you out in the verse.